What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss an upcoming bout, UFC 299. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly to help the channel grow. All right, guys, getting right into it. We got Gilbert Burns taking on Della Maddalena in the welterweight division this Saturday in the pay-per-view main card, UFC 299, UFC Miami, in a big fight, right? You got Gilbert, who's been at the top of the welterweight division now for some time, about 3-4 years. 37 years old. He's coming off that lopsided loss to Bilal. When was that fight? Like last spring? Yeah, last May, yeah. Where man, at 37, right? He screwed up. He went overactive, was too much the company man. He was running through guys. He ran through Neil Magny, right? He went through George Masvidal. But then he thought that, in 4 weeks he can go out and fight Bilal Muhammad. Say what you want about Bilal. Not the most exciting fighter. Does not help himself when he opens his mouth. But when it comes down to it, he really is like the number one welterweight contender right now. You can't deny his win streak. You cannot deny what he's been able to do as of late, right? He went out there and showed what happens when you disrespect your opponent. And Gilbert thought he was going to run right through him again, and he didn't. And unfortunately, I think that is going to be a major cost to the career of Gilbert Burns. I think he fucked up his only chance, his last chance at another shot at the title. And going against Della Maddalena, man, I mean, this is a tough fight for both guys, right? But I think at 37, Gilbert, man, he's past his prime. And I think a guy like Jack, man, who is 27, 10 years younger. The kid's his boxing is just so damn good. He doesn't put himself in any bad positions defensively. He's got good takedown defense. Sometimes a little bit complacent in bottom position on the ground. And I think that if Gilbert, his recipe for success in this fight is to work Jack in the clinch, hold him against the cage, get a single leg, get a double leg maybe, but most likely get him against the cage, work a single leg, get him to the ground, work top position, and hopefully control the fight from top. Because I just don't see Gilbert submitting Jack. I don't see him outstriking Jack. So I think Gilbert's recipe for success really is just to out wrestle and just grind and pressure and make it as boring. And he has to go full Bilal on this fight basically to win this fight against Jack. Jack right now, man, I mean, 16-2, 16 fight win streak, lost his first 2 professional fights, and since then, I mean, the guy's just been on an absolute tear. He's looked better and better almost each and every single time out. He had the fight against Kevin Holland most recently. It was a close fight, but I personally had him winning all 3 rounds. I just thought that his pressure, his combinations, I thought he was just the more active fighter in that fight. Before that, he had that short notice fight against Basil Hafez where everybody thought that Jack lost that fight, which I thought was very strange. But Jack went out there. I forgot what round it was, but he did get taken down and controlled a little bit. But for most of that fight, man, I mean, I thought he was destroying Hafez on the feet. Knocked out Randy Brown, knocked out Danny Roberts, knocked down Ramazan. Can't say his last name. I'm gonna stutter. And he burst onto the scene at UFC 270 against Pete Rodriguez. I mean, Jack, he's just so good everywhere. He's sound defensively. He's good at the basics. His boxing's phenomenal. He's able to work the body, work the head. Phenomenal combinations. I think that his wrestling is going to get tested in this fight. But I just think over 3 rounds, if he doesn't let himself be complacent in the bottom position, because I'm sure he's going to end up being taken down at some point, but I think that he'll be able to get back to his feet. I'm a big fan of the rise of Jack Della Maddalena. I like his style. I think just his boxing. He doesn't do much. He's like Ilia Topuria, but for 170 is like the best way that I can describe Jack. But Gilbert, I mean, he has a path to victory, and that's to just absolutely wrestle fuck him for 15 minutes. But I just think Jack's gonna have the boxing to be able to fend off the wrestling of Gilbert Burns. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this fight. Sorry for sounding like a bulldog. Very sick this week, so just trying to get through these breakdowns for this awesome pay per view. That's gonna do it for today, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Mr. Mustache, MMA news out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.